gamers! Hello once again. It's time. We are here. It's time once again for us to chat about video games online. It's a Gamesline podcast. It's John. Hello.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm a little sleepy.
I'm with you there.
But also I'm just in the gamer's mood. I've been gaming like crazy lately. It's been a lot.
I feel that. Is it also like 105 plus degrees for you?
I mean, it's hot out, but my place has AC, so I haven't been like in the direct purview of it. It's like in the 80s right now for me.
Oh, fuck you. That's not fair.
It's like nighttime now. I mean, it's tomorrow's gonna rain, so it's gonna stay in the 80s. But it's gonna go up to like the 90s after that. It's I know that it's not good for society, and a lot of places are in a bad spot right now, but I have personally gotten used to that kind of weather for living in Florida, and like moving to Texas, just being like, oh, okay, it's just drier here. Like the humidity is still a little there, but it's actually like better here than it is in Florida. So, but it's not good. It's not good.
I'm jealous. It's just hot, stagnant air here right now, which is just like the hell. Like, give me a small breeze, and I may go walk around the park or whatever down the street. But as it is, it's just like I moved my computer into my living room, and like, because that's the only room in my apartment that has air conditioning. So it's like, and it's still like struggling to keep up. But
it's fucking awful. I hope that things get turned around sooner than later.
It's so funny to be like, my girlfriend is in LA and giving me reports from down there, and I was like, I know you're supposed to get back on Tuesday, but maybe you should extend your trip, because you're going from a high of 85 to high of 104.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but no, it makes for perfect time to play a whole lot of video games.
That is true. I've been juggling two games again. Last time it was SMT3 and Witch and the Holy Night. I gotta hop back on Witch and the Holy Night, but that new gacha game came out, the Zenless Zone Zero, the new MiHoYo game. I'm really into it. I really like it.
Yeah. I've got a lot of friends who are like super into it for just like being fun. Is that kind of the vibe of it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just straight up enjoying it because it's a good time to play. Like it is a good time when you play it. It's a character actiony game, but it's very simple. You're not going to be. I mean, you can do some pretty neat combos, but it's single button stuff for the most part. There's so okay. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but yeah, it's the new MiHoYo game. It's got kind of like a near future, like kinda sorta Jet Set Radio vibe. Not exactly, but like that's the thing that I could point towards the easiest, I would say. It's got a nice vibe. It's very well animated.
Oh, that's always good.
Good music and all that. It's also got like some pretty diverse character designs, and like I will say like they do probably need to get more dark skinned characters in the game, but otherwise like just like body shapes and like abilities and like just basic colors and stuff, they are very distinct and pretty cool.
So here's my question when you say body shapes, though. Is it body shapes in the actual game, or is it like Genshin where the art will have a completely different body shape than the character who looks exactly like all the other characters because they have like 3 frames?
There's a big bear dude, like an actual bear.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope that answers your question.
A little bit. You're gonna make me have to download a gacha.
It's fun. Like, again, I haven't spent a cent on it. And I've gotten plenty of pulls and all that. And the nice thing is too is that I mean, I've been playing for like a good while and I haven't run into anything. There will probably be a point where it'll be like, okay, now I'm just not going to be able to get past this because I don't have this character or this like boost or whatever. But I've been playing for like 4 days straight, and like I've been playing other stuff. I've been getting off the game and taking walks and stuff. So I haven't just been like having like 10-hour Zenless Zone Zero
game
shifts.
fest.
But I've been going in here and there. And I haven't hit any point where it's like, oh yeah, I can't just get past this with any of the characters. But I guess we'll see. That's kind of the point of gacha games is they get you into it, and then it's like, oh well, now you can't get past this unless you get the new character. I don't know.
Well, some of them, like I that's one of the things I do kind of appreciate about like the MiHoYos. Is so far, if I just wanted to do the story of them, I haven't run into a real wall. And that's been nice. It's just when I want to do like the extra stuff that they offer that, sometimes in honkers, I'll be like, hey, I want to do the extra world. Oh, I still have to do like the easy versions of it because it's just like too hard to up the difficulty because I don't have the right character build, and it's
sure.
But the fact that I can still get the story is pretty nice.
I wouldn't say the story's like incredible. I just more enjoy like some of the character interactions. It's been pretty basic so far. So you play as like a brother and sister pair, basically. You can pick which one you can focus on, but there's a bunch of moments where you'll play as the other one in different scenarios. And their whole thing is they're basically like, so the world that they live in has this like alternate dimension that you can fall into, and certain people can go in and actually perform tasks in these alternate dimensions without getting turned into like a crystal monster, but the average person cannot. So your character is basically like the head of, well, they're basically just like they're almost like a hacker kind of, because you have to do some hacker type things to be able to interface with the other dimension, but they're not like just sitting on a computer. Like, it's not digital, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you're just kind of in charge of the crew that you send in to do the task. And then, you go into that other dimension, you do fights, and you mash the button a bunch to do combos, and you can, there's a parry, which actually also switches your character, which I think is really cool.
Damn.
Yeah, like it makes the next character in line come in and like stop the attack, so you can keep going with what you're with a combo. You can there is like a special ability button that if you like tap it does something, but if you hold it does like a super powered version of that. And then you can also build up like an ultimate to do a bunch of damage at once. It's super simple, but there is a good flow to it, because you will be like, okay, yeah, I'm racking up damage with this character, and then I'm pairing this, and then I'm going to this next character, and then I'm setting it up so that way I can switch back to the original character and pop their ultimate move, and that'll lead into a big damage opportunity for the next character. And there's all kinds of things that you can equip. Like, there's a million different like skill trees and equipment and all that. You know, it's the kind of stuff that you'd expect from a gacha game where it's just like, okay, yeah, you gotta like
get 5 swords to level up your sword to the next level of sword, and yeah, that actually kind of sounds fun though. It sounds like almost
it is fun,
like Dynasty Warriors with a parry and super button.
It's not like a Dynasty Wars. Like, the enemies have a lot more health than that. I would say, you know, like they definitely were inspired by stuff like Bayonetta and DMC, but it's far more simplified.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, the ability to swap characters and pop different abilities at different times does add a depth to it that I think a lot of people have been, you know, kind of an ignoring, because there aren't like juggles and stuff like that. There's no jump, which, you know, like when I'm sitting there playing, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, like initially I'm like, oh, I do kind of wish that I could just press a button to jump, even if it's not really going to do anything. But if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, the space bar is to switch characters, and that does make it very easy. It makes it really satisfying to just smack that button down and get a parry.
So it does feel good on mouse and keyboard?
I think it does. I haven't played it on anything else. You know, other people I know are playing it on like PS5, and I don't know anyone who's playing it on phone, but I'd guess it's possible on there. I mean, I don't think I would want to do it, but you could if you want to. But I dig it so far. I really do. It's got a fun gameplay loop. It's got cool stuff going on. Like, my only complaint is just, yeah, I do wish that it was just a game that I could just buy, so I wouldn't have to worry about like getting a character or not, because the like limited time character right now is a maid girl who is a shark, and she has a gigantic shark tail, and she can do the Metal Gear Rising ninja run, where she could block bullets while she's running, and it's really cool, and I want to have her on my team, but I haven't rolled her yet, and she's like limited time. So, I mean, again, I'm not gonna spend any money on this.
Well, yeah, and then like if it's anything like their other games, like a few months after, the limited time character just goes into the pool and becomes you can just get this with luck doing a regular draw.
Yeah, and I think there's probably going to be like a sparking thing eventually, you know, like I'll just be able to grab her one of these. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to die, because like I actually did pull one of the S tier characters already, which from what I have seen, like I looked at like some, because, you know, I was looking at like, oh hey, here what are good builds for your characters?
Yeah.
And like I got the there's a bunch of maids in this game, because one of the like factions is just like a cleaning service, but you know, they're not cleaners, they're cleaners. Yes, you get it. Yeah. And so it's like 3 maid girls and a like butler, like a dog butler boy. And so one of the maids is like kind of like the sort of like, oh, I'm so nervous, girl, but she has a fucking like chainsaw ripcord fucking, like, it's like a weed whacker, but it's made of chainsaw instead of like the little plastic tube things. She's pretty fun. I saw that she's actually like bottom tier, which I was really surprised at, because I thought that she seemed pretty strong, but I guess it's because she's kind of like a single target character, and it's better to be like, you know,
AOE
multi-target.
Yeah.
But the other maid that isn't the shark girl or the chainsaw girl is like a ghost woman who, I don't know if she's actually like a ghost or what, but she's like, you know, doing like the ghost art, like the ghost hands, and she can float, and she has 2 little like floating puppets, and they rain fucking destruction down. They like fire fucking projectiles everywhere. And yeah, she's like, I think she's like considered the best character right now. so I'm glad that I got her, because yeah, she's really good, and I do actually like playing as her, which is also a bonus. Like, I'm not trying to I'm not going into this to min max or anything, like, at least not yet. If I do really end up liking this game, and I can start building a character and have like a really good team and all that, sure. I don't really want to spend money on it, but yeah, if I keep liking okay, when I played Fate Grand Order, there was a moment where I was gonna buy Saint Quartz, not because I specifically wanted a character or anything. I just had the Ray Smuckles. I want them to have a little walking around money because I like their product feeling. But then I found out that it was $30 to buy a single pull, so then I decided not to. If I
I regularly run under that rule with a gacha game where if I am really enjoying it, I will go, okay, I've put 40 hours into this thing. I'm gonna buy I won't buy draw tickets or anything like that, because that locks my brain into addictive
a costume
mode
or something.
But I will buy if they have a $20 battle pass or whatever kind of thing, like Honkai has, where you can get this thing that you do your stuff, you progress it, you get a bunch of extra currency and stuff. Like when I was really enjoying that game, I bought that 2 months in a row. And then I stopped buying it because I kind of fell off a little. I was still playing every day, but I was just doing my dailies and then quitting at that point. Mm-hmm. So it's and then now it is just, hey, new story is out. I want to go check it out. Boom. And then I stop. But when I was I was like, hey, I've gotten 40 plus hours out of this game. I'm willing to give money for that.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, if I can get away with not spending any money, I'm not going to spend any money. If I can, build a good team and just get through stuff without spending anything, sure, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not going to push it.
Yeah.
But yes, I do really like just the gameplay loop. I have been hitting new things to do very consistently, and it hasn't been okay, now here's the point where I have to sit here and grind. There was a point where it was okay, I do have to level up to be strong enough to do this next mission, but it was okay, I'm gonna go do a run of the materials thing, and then I had enough to level all the way up to the next tier. It's okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. That's something you could do in a fucking regular ass RPG. That's something that's oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna grind a couple levels and that's fine. That's fine. No, it's not like FGO where it's okay, I have to do this mission 30 times for the chance to get 3 tusks or whatever. It's nah, which I mean, again, I am maybe being a bit too lenient because I played one of the worst ones,
Oh yeah,
my opinion
Fate Go
is
skewed. Is genuinely baffling to me. I like what they are doing, and all my friends love it, but I experience Fate Go the best way, which is friends of mine just posting the videos of all the story stuff. From whatever event.
The writing is always so good. I love the characters. I love Fate. And this is the big Fate thing. But there are a lot of other ways to experience those stories. They have animated a lot of that. They've done manga of a lot of them. You don't have to play that game to get the story anymore, really. I mean, some of the manga is better than others, so, it's arguable. And hell, my favorite story that they ever did in FGO was was the summer event a couple years ago, and they're not going to animate that. But, and I'm glad that I played through that. That was legit fun story. But, I wouldn't recommend someone get into that game just for that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I am very appreciative that I have friends who are just like, hey, here's the latest chapter of Fate Go. Here's all of the scenes from the story. Here's everything. Here's little clips of some of the cooler fights that we like more, but like, because nobody should have to experience this game.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If we're talking like true moral standpoint, like, yeah, I don't really think that gacha games are good for society. Like, I don't think they should exist, but the way things are currently, it's like, all right, like, just be normal about it. If you have an addictive personality, maybe stay away. Yeah, I mean, not even maybe, just stay away. But at the same time,
that is why I said the second I actually buy for a draw is the second I have to uninstall, because like it's like, oh no, I'm on this path again, because there was that time of Fate Go where I spent a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it became, oh god, no, can't do this anymore. Oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it sounds like a fun one. I'm actually think I might set it to download because I need something to play that's different.
Yeah, I would recommend it, but it is also gigantic. Like, I think it's like fucking like 100 gigs or some shit.
Oh, so, that's fine.
Yeah, just be advised. Yes, I'm having a good time with it. I did just realize just now, because, you can add people as friends and all that. I just realized I haven't gotten to any kind of multiplayer thing yet. So I have no idea why you would add people. Like,
you can't, like, borrow their characters or whatever or anything like that?
The only thing that I can do is you could send people messages through it. So I've sent a couple of my friends like the words YouTube poop to them over the DM on that, and that's it. It's like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do? Yeah. I don't fucking know. It's weird. I mean, I'm guessing there is. It's just,
or something they're gonna add later.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, like, I've been playing for a while. Like, I'm on chapter 2, which that took me a while to get to. But again, I haven't been like power gaming, and I've been doing like all the side quests as they've been coming up. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Weird, wild, but no, I'm glad you're enjoying it, because that sounds actually fun.
Yeah, it is.
And, like, yeah, I wasn't sure what to think, because, like, the only place I've seen it talked about is Twitter, and with people, like, having, like, one sentence to be able to talk about it, it's good to actually hear somebody talk about it instead of,
mm-hmm.
2 lines saying, it's stupid, it has 2 buttons. It's like, motherfucker, I love Dynasty Warriors. I'm so used to only having 2 buttons. But no, I think I'm, well, I just set it to download, so.
Well, there you go. I mean, I know that you've been playing something else that released recently that is large and has taken over the Twitter sphere, but do you want to talk about news stuff before that? Because I know you're going to go in.
Yeah, let's talk about some news before I go in about the 16-hour days of streaming, like 6 days in a row.
I mean, it's pretty small stuff. Like this is probably gonna be a shorter episode. So I'm gonna hit all this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. First off, hey, Capcom announced that they're doing a remake of Dead Rising 1, which when they first announced it, I was like, this is unnecessary. It's like, we have the original. It's fine. And then they did another, like, in-depth reveal thing where they talked more about what they're doing, and they were like, yeah, we're keeping all the, like, goofy animations and everything. Like, Frank's still gonna play like Frank, but then they showed that the survivors are gonna have better AI, and then they showed, if you've played Dead Rising, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Where the air vent is, they added stairs.
What?
they added stairs to the air, to where the air vent is. That is literally like them just saying, yeah, that the survivors are smarter, and we're making it so you don't have to fucking corral them up a hanging ledge to get to the safe house. That's amazing. That tells me that they're doing all the right things. They haven't shown how the Otis calls are going to be, which that's probably because it's going to be a big reveal. Like, and yes, the Otis calls are going to be, you're going to be able to take the calls and still attack at the same time. Like, that's going to be like a big reveal, because it should be. Because if they do have that in there, oh my god. I mean, honestly, even if they don't, like, I would kind of understand it, because there's some arguments to it being like, like a gameplay, like a choice that they made.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that they're adding for like quality of life. You can actually like, what you know how you could pull up your watch to look at what time it is. You can actually like fast forward time when you're looking at your watch too. So if you're like trying to gun for a specific outcome to something, you can, skip towards it, so you don't have to just sit there, and that'll help out a lot with like, I mean, I feel like speedrunners are gonna fucking love that, but it's just like, yeah, if the game is just like, yeah, there's nothing going on for like 10 in-game hours, and you don't have like any reason to go like get more experience or rescue any survivors. And like, obviously it's fun to just mess around in the mall, but like if you're explicitly like, okay, I want to get to the next story beat, you could do that. But yeah, that's really cool. And I mean, the only other thing that I need to see is if they aren't getting rid of the original music. At the very least, as soon as I step out to the fucking outdoor plaza, I need to hear Gone Guru playing, or I will not purchase your game. That is that needs to be in here. It's essential.
I need to be able to put on my Mega Man Lego head. I need to be able to just...
Oh, the Surfbot head's in there. Don't you worry about that.
Good.
Don't you worry about that for a moment. They got the Surfbot heads in there. It's good. It does look like a legit, really good remake. They didn't bring back the original voice actor for Frank West, which is a little bit of a bummer, but they did like redesign him to look a bit older in this one. So I kind of get it still. Like, I think his new voice fits his new design, so I'm not too like upset about it.
Yeah.
No, it looks pretty cool, and they're also there's going to be a bunch of like costumes that they revealed too. That I guess those costumes are going to have like songs tied to them. I don't know exactly how, but here it like leaked on PSN a little bit ago. Let me see, 'cause I linked it. Here we go. All right. Yeah, there's a Chris Redfield, a Leon, an Ashley outfit, a Liquor, a Nemesis outfit, a Chainsaw Villager outfit, Mega Man EXE specifically. It just says Mega Man, but it is specifically Battle Network Mega Man. And then a LAN outfit too. So there's 2 different Mega Man Battle Network outfits. So, don't get your hopes up, everybody, but hey, 2 Battle Network outfits. Tron Bon outfit, which again, that'll fit the Surfbot masks. You can have Frank be dressed up as Tron and then put a bunch of Surfbot heads on the zombies. And I mean, I don't know if they like give you special abilities, but if they do, then that would be really cool. If it was like, yeah, you would just like, while you have that outfit on, you can like command the zombies when they have Surfbot heads. That would be cool. There's a sheriff outfit, a war photographer outfit, a clown outfit, a quote creepy rabbit outfit. I don't know if those are like supposed to be like references to anything or just whatever, but yeah, there's a Ken outfit, Blodia from Cyberbots. That's like that's Jin, the main dude's robot. Sodom from Final Fight and Street Fighter Alpha, and Rikuo from Darkstalkers, the fish guy. So a lot of costumes and a lot of like there's like a song from each of those to go along with it. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. No, that could be fun. Oh no, you're selling me on things, and like current Capcom especially, like their output lately has been really, really good with a lot of stuff. So I'm actually shockingly excited. And actually, think about that. I just saw something that wasn't on the news. Guess what game isn't getting any updates anymore? Their dinosaur thing. Their dinosaur shooter.
Yeah, which is a little bit of a bummer, but
it is.
They at the very least did say that they're gonna like keep running the old season, so it's not just like they're not just gonna completely shut the game down. It's like we're gonna keep it going and we're gonna keep it in like a loop. So if you miss stuff, you can play the old season.
And the fact is, they also supported that game for a full year when it didn't like do big numbers, which is nice. You know, a lot of companies would just go, hey, we're not supporting this at all a month after it launches with low numbers, and like it stayed consistent. Mm-hmm. But like most companies just throw that under the bus unless they're like Ubisoft. So I'm actually glad to see a company support a game for a lot longer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Dead Rising, that's back. Let's see here. Some of the announcements out of Anime Expo. Natsu-Mon, if you're familiar with that franchise, that's those games. You know, they're very, very popular in Japan. They're the games where you play as the kid during summer break, and it is just like a summer vacation simulator. We're finally getting an official release of one outside of Japan. Natsu-Mon 20th Century Summer Kid for Switch and PC will be out August 6th. And there's going to be a demo out on the 30th on Switch.
That's on it. That's honestly kind of awesome. Localize more things, please.
I mean, yeah, like it's been, out for, that series. Like, I was aware of it because of, like, a lot of, like, retro game and, like, Japan-focused YouTubers talk about it and all that. So, it's good that we're getting updates from all that. Yeah, I mean, it's just, games... Japanese games are so popular now, it is way easier for stuff like that to come out over here and actually sell and make their money back, be worth it, which is very nice. I'm glad that is the case. Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2 is coming out early next year outside of Japan, again on PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC, and Steam and Epic Games Store and GOG. So yeah, it's all those different things. Trails is picking up a lot of steam. Like it
really has been. Like,
yeah, like I knew about it because a lot of my friends are like huge into it, but they're like, big JRPG heads, and it's a lot more people are seeming to realize like, oh no, this shit is as good as people saying that it is. So that's cool. Sigma Star Saga is getting a Carbon engine port. WayForward announced that if you recall, the Carbon engine is that like limited run proprietary engine that they have to port retro games to current consoles. That game is really neat. That was a GBA like RPG with like shmup elements and a bunch of other stuff like that, and all these Carbon engine ports have been just like straight ports. They've done like the Ninja 5.0 and like the Rocket Knight Adventures and Clock Tower, and I know that the Rocket Knight port is really good. I don't know if any of their other Carbon engine stuff has actually released yet, but it does seem like all the stuff that they're doing with it is good. And Sigma Star Saga is a really neat game, and I am looking forward to more people being able to play that game.
Yeah, that actually, I'm pretty... God, they way too much announced. That's the announcement I'm actually most excited about, word-wise, word brain working. A lot of those old classic GBA games were stuff that I wish I had more of, and I'm pretty excited about that one. Or I could just go find a GBA version of it. But
yeah, I don't think it's like super expensive. Let me check. I'm looking it up. It's like $35 loose, so that's not like insane, but you know, it could be better. And I mean, it'll probably drop once this new release comes out, because it's just that game. So people who just want to buy it just to play it, aren't going to be as hungry for it, which is nice. Like it does seem like remakes and re-releases are making game prices go down, which is very nice. Like Thousand Year Door was like $100+ game for a hot minute, and now like the original GameCube version is like about the same price as the remake is.
Nice.
So yes, please keep re-releasing your games. I mean, I'm gonna look it up. Let me see. Ninja 5.0. The price has. I mean, they announced that remake, that re-release like a while ago. I want to say
it was pretty recent.
It's gone down. It's like, you know, it's not like it was like a couple like 2 years ago. This is a $500 cartridge, and it has gone down to about $300. Which, you know, that's still fucked up. That's a $200 drop in 2 years. That's something. So, and the re-release isn't even out yet. So maybe it'll go down once it actually comes out. Although I would just tell people to just buy the re-release instead of trying to find the GBA cart even then, because I mean, even if it does drop, it's gonna be like, oh, this is a $150 game now. It's like, okay, no.
Yeah, I still find it interesting, like how much the price shift of Suikeban 2 happened when they announced the remaster. It went down to the $200 or $250 range for an unopened copy, complete in box and everything. It's spiked back up. Because now nobody knows if the thing, like all the Suikeban fans are talking about it like it doesn't exist anymore, even though like if you actually look at the, because you can look at like a Steam page and see like internal build updates going out.
Right.
And you can see that it's been updated like within the last day. So it's like, it's still being worked on. It's just there must have been something really fucked up in that's caused them to go radio silent on it for like a year now. Yeah,
I'm looking at like the complete in-box prices, and yeah, like when the remaster got announced, it dropped down to under $200, and now it's like $250 right now because, yeah, I guess people just forgot, I guess.
Yeah.
Two. I mean, at least.
Well, no, it's like the way Suikeban fans are talking about the remakes are talking like it's never going to come out, even though it absolutely is. Still being worked on, at least.
Uh-huh.
Which is nice to know, because I've been on the Doom train of like, this is just never going to fucking happen, is it? But there are ways to look and see, yeah, internally it's still being worked on and updates are being pushed and they're testing and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we get something soon.
Yeah, I bet they will.
When's Tokyo Game Show?
Couple of weeks from now, I want to say. So
maybe we'll finally get a re-update on that. Maybe it'll be at the next fucking Nintendo Direct. That'll be and it's out now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta keep my hopes up.
I'm sure it will. One last big thing that got announced at before Anime Expo actually, but it got a lot of hype at Anime Expo. For all you gacha heads, Uma Musume is coming overseas finally, which was
that's the horsegirl racing one, right?
Yes, that is the horsegirl racing one. It's, from what I have seen, it is very involved. Like, I saw some I saw some folks talking on Twitter, basically like warning everybody else, like, listen, this is like, there's gacha games that you can just kind of fuck around with or whatever. Like, you have to be like a fucking part-time eugenicist in this game. Like, you are doing some fucking crazy ass like horse breeding, and like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's one of those horse raising games, but it's just as a gacha game with girls instead of horses. So yeah, I guess just be advised that this is not going to be a casual game, as it were. But also, yeah, like I remember like Apple mentioning that this was coming out like 2 or 3 years ago, just casually saying, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna have Uma Musume come out." Just like in the middle of a presentation, and everyone's like, "What? What? Huh?
No,
you are?" And then nobody said anything for 2 years, and now they're like, "Okay, yeah, it's coming out."
That's like my favorite thing sometimes. It's just like when they throw something out and it's just like, wait, what? And it's so exciting.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I might try it out, but I don't think I can juggle multiple gacha games, especially if one of them is like as in depth as Uma Musume is. Oh my god.
Look, if it were that pocket bike race jockey or whatever solitaire game, I would be all for that. but as it is, you're giving me horse girls with no solitaire? I don't know.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I'm gonna play solitaire, not pull gacha. And our last bit of news here, hey, Sukeban Games has officially announced their next game. They announced Nirvana a while ago, the sequel to Valhalla, and that has been in development. I don't want to say it's been in development hell, because it's just one of those things where it's just like, I think they just kind of announced it too early, because everyone was so into Valhalla, and it was good to keep the hype up and be like, hey, look, guess what? You got a sequel to that in the future to look forward to. But then they were like, oh, hey, well, actually, yeah, we're going to release this first. And it is a game called 45 Parabellum Bloodhound. And the 45 is as in an ammunition type. So that is a fucking baller name. Incredible. And it is going to be an action RPG that plays like Parasite Eve. And that's all I gotta hear.
Yeah. God, I am just give me plays like Parasite Eve, and I am just like, why hasn't anyone ever done that again? Why?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out now, because they're doing it. Yeah, this is being written and directed by Kiririn. Lark is not working on this one, it seems. But that's fine, because this looks like it's got a whole lot of style, and it's got a bunch of other people who like worked on that little Valhalla Kids spin-off that they did a while back. And just, the soundtrack is being done by the person who did the music for Valhalla Kids as well. But oh my god, there's a lot of there's actually like music released from this game already. Like, damn, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm looking on. They linked the person who's doing the soundtrack on their YouTube channel, and they have straight up 45 Parabellum Bloodhound OST for a couple of things on here. That's pretty exciting. I didn't even know that. Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to those soon. Very exciting. Very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to that. I love what Sukeban has done, and I can't wait to see what's new.
Is that it for news?
That's it, pretty much.
Yeah. It kind of is. Like,
yeah, there's not really too much else.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
For news.
It makes sense.
Yeah, because
you've got
E3
TGS,
just happened.
Yeah, and you've got TGS coming up and other things, so it's that lull period between the big shows. Like, wasn't like Gamescom like a couple of weeks ago or something?
Yeah.
And nothing came out of that, so...
It kind of seemed like that was more of an industry, like, get-together chat kind of dealio.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Interesting.
All right, Lorelai. Have at it.
I've been playing nothing but Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, and I think I like really need to not have the rose-colored I just finished this glasses on to fully talk about how I feel. You know, I like to give some distance before I get super into something, but I think this might be my favorite expansion of this game. Like, the story is something that I absolutely love. There are some people who don't like it, for various reasons. Sometimes it's, hey, one of your characters is Naruto, and I don't like that. It's very Naruto coded. But sometimes it's, they're Mexicans, and I hate that. It's a whole lot of racists out there that are outing themselves, and that's been funny. But no, the game is arguably my favorite story they've gone through. It hit multiple times in just the right way to hey, if you want to hear me a crying mess, there's plenty of footage of that. Like, it's not often when like the last expansion was good, but it didn't hit me in an emotional way like this one did. And like, there's just something about it, like some of the sections of it that were just so fucking beautiful and just incredibly well told. And meanwhile, like, I'm doing all of the side stuff and all of that. What were some
highlights?
Oh God. So it's kind of hard because I don't want to spoil anything, but a lot of the different like little side quests come back later in the main story in like incredible ways that it's never done before. Where it's just like, if you paid attention to these little small things, you'd recognize someone in the very last area, where if you didn't, you'd be like, why does this matter? And it's like, well, because if you did the side stuff, you'd know. And it's, I don't know, there's something to the story about this that really, really hit for me. There's a lot of really cool cultural stuff that they got really, really right, which for me is like super important. The fact that it is an extremely Latino-focused expansion, Latino Native American culture. Like, a lot of the stuff is just like Washumekeke and stuff like that, and it's like, hey, these are actual native words, and we talked to the native people to make sure we spelled it right and pronounced it correctly, and all these other things. Like, the armor set from one of the dungeons that you can get is extremely just like traditional Guatemalan clothing, and it's like, it is stuff that I have family that has that, and it's like, this is really, really cool. Like, you actually went and did the work to get that aspect of it correct. Like, when you're doing a fusion of the like East Indies, the island, a lot of the islands between the Polynesian islands and Mexico, There was all the expectation I had was that they were going to absolutely fuck it up because they've done it in the past. And it was like in the past, it was literally like a guy went to the Americas with smallpox blankets and like just utter shit garbage. And the fact that they absolutely took that criticism into account and actually got it right and did it in a way that wasn't offensive as hell. Mm-hmm. That when I go to an area that is inspired by Peru, it's like, oh yeah, that's Peruvian. Oh, that it feels like the areas it's inspired by that I have experience having visited, which is like the cool thing. It's like they did their research and they did it properly, and it should have been, with their history of doing stuff like this, it should have been goddamn terrible. And it wasn't. Like, they actually respectfully depicted Native American, Native Mexican, Native South American, Native Pacific Islander stuff how you should. And it's wild to know. And then, what else to say? It's the best the game has played in 6 years, like, combat design-wise, because it's gotten to the point where the game in the last expansion was extremely boring. Everything had gotten, like, kind of homogenized to the point where I gave it my worst mechanic of the year, because there was this homogenization of everything to make it play the same that made it feel really, really boring and almost got me to quit. And the fact is, they haven't really figured that out with all the different jobs yet completely. A lot of them still feel pretty similar to others. You got but some of the stuff they've done with the new jobs feels totally unique and different. You have the Pictomancer, that's entire thing is that you have paintings that you make to attack the enemy. You're dropping stuff on them and doing absolute boatloads of damage, but it takes like 4 seconds to make a painting. So you're strategically sitting there like, oh, how can I get enough time to complete one of these? Because it takes 4 seconds. I need to make sure I don't get hit by something. And there is a whole lot of stuff happening in this expansion where it's just like, the dungeons are actually hard. It's like, hey, I'm wiping. I'm the entire party is dying multiple times, when in the last expansion that almost never happened. It was all pretty easy. And in this case, it's like, I'm a person who does ultimate raids, and even I'm getting fucked up by some of this stuff. It's a really nice feeling, and it's just really been a shitload of fun. But then, like, the other job, Viper, feels like what used to be my favorite job that I played for 6.5 years, Monk, felt like a few years ago during Shadowbringers, when I really enjoyed it, where it was a lot of moving and getting your combos in and having a base rotational combo with a lot of big hits. The Viper job is a lot of that again, where you're moving around, hit from the side and the back, and like really getting a good flow going, which I quit playing Monk because they got rid of a lot of those aspects. And like Viper for me has been like, oh my god, yes, I have it back. Oh yes, I have my favorite, like the feel of when I liked the game the most back. And that has been incredibly cool to have just incredibly well-designed fights again that are complex enough that the first time you see them, you're gonna eat shit, and even later times you see them, you might eat shit because it's not the easiest, but you'll be mostly fine because you understand how it works now. But it's they've finally gotten back to the design of when I thought at least it wasn't the best story-wise in Stormblood, but the combat design was incredible. And this is getting back to that, where it just feels so good. It feels so good, and it's left me... It's really nice to have done, as I said, like multiple 16-hour streams in a row, and at no point was I bored. At no point was I like, God, I just want to fucking be done. Like, the only reason I've taken a couple of days off is, hey, it's like 108 degrees, and I had to completely move my office setup. Like, it's been so nice to have that feeling back, because if it had been a bad expansion, I would have just been like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done. I'm just done. And instead, I'm like, excited to log in every day and do my daily stuff that I used to hate because it felt like a chore. And now it's like, oh no, I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to do this stuff around. And it's a good feeling to have back.
Well, I'm glad that you had a good time with what you've been playing, and I continue to have a good time with it.
But now I'm done and I can actually play other games, so I'm also excited about that. So the next time I'm on, I might actually be able to... Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to finish installing the Triple Z. It's like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still playing Nocturne. I'm almost done, I think. It's just at the point that I'm at, like, it just takes me a while to do like every boss fight. So I'm taking it kind of slow. Like, I just beat Beelzebub, and that was pretty tough. That took me a while.
That's a fun fight.
It was tough, but I did it.
It's an asshole. You're in the fun zone. You're in the fun zone now, buddy. You're in the hey, this might take you a few hours to fight.
I gotta go fight Metatron, I'm pretty sure, next. It's gonna be fucked up.
You're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, we'll see how this shakes out. I'm ready. I've got my good crew, and I'm probably actually gonna have a better crew in a bit, because I'm probably just gonna put Dante and the Uber Pixie on my team and just use them.
What is your current crew?
Whenever an SMT game lets me use the Fiends, I just use the Fiends. So I have the like Super Daisoju that you can fuse that has like all the good stat drops and everything, and then I have Pale Rider and Red Rider, but I've been swapping Pale Rider out here and there. I have Abaddon, and he's really good. I put Debilitate on him. I passed that down to him, which has been very nice.
Of course. If you don't have Debilitate, you ain't winning.
Yeah. I also have an Albion that I've been using too. I evolved a Gog Magog into that, and I did some fusion and all that to get it some extra moves, and that's been pretty strong too. I have like a pretty well-rounded group, I would say, but no, it's all about the search and etc., etc. But again, also I do just like using the Fiends. I don't know, they're so basic, but they're fun, and also they null so much shit.
Yeah, so sometimes it's okay to be a basic bitch. That's like my favorite part of video games. Like, sometimes it's fine to just cheese the fuck out of things. It was like when I was like, it's half the times I log into Neo 2 these days. It's just like, oh, I've got my cheap ass build, and I have my, hey, I actually want to have like a challenge build, and I pretty regularly just throw on the cheap bitch mode and go in and just annihilate an entire level in like 10 minutes. It feels good.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I think that does it. Yeah, let me just check to make sure we didn't get any questions. We did not. Okay. Yeah, that's all I've got on the plate. Lorelai, is there anything else that you would like to discuss before we wrap this up, or do you just want to let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything right now, but yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/judgmentscythe, twitter.com/judgmentscythe, Blue Sky, all of those fucking not all those social media places. I'm only on Twitter and Blue Sky and Tumblr and Twitch, so.
Well, you can go on the Gamesline website if you want to look at stuff. It's gamesline.net. You can go. Oh, hang on. Okay, I didn't unplug anything. I just got very scared. I thought I accidentally kicked my plug. That would have been very bad. Anyway, you can go to gamesline.net to look at the content that we put out, and we have our Twitter at the Gamesline. We have our Tumblr, gamesline.tumblr.com. If you put a /ask at the end of that, you can send us questions anytime. It does not have to be right before we record. Just send them. We'll get them. We'll read them whenever. Facebook.com/Gamesline. YouTube.com/@thegamesline. Twitch.tv/GameslineTV. We haven't really done anything with it recently, but maybe soon. Patreon.com/Gamesline. $3 a month to support us. We're probably going to record a new Unlimited Railworks this coming week. So, soon we will be back. And our Discord is thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser to bring you straight there. And our music is by meltchannel/Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. And you can also find me on Twitter at JOHN_MICHONSKI. And that'll do it. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We'll be back soon with another episode of the Gamesline podcast. So long.
Chugga chugga.